East End Clips on the beat.
In their own, like, you know, let's call it public shades to each other, you know what I mean? So at that point, they made it basically public, because I mean, we're sitting here talking about it in an interview, so they're clearly not that private about it, so everybody could talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, we're exactly. That's what happens when you're in the limelight, though, right?
Real shit.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's it for the news stories. I want to get into this interview if you don't mind. Got 220 on the beat. How we camera? We good? Good as? All right, man. So 220 on the beat, fam. You know, Toronto's got hustlers. We got scammers. We got obviously the rappers. Yeah. Why did 220 decide to be a producer?
I basically, at this time, I had moved to Brampton, I would say. I used to freestyle with my two brothers, and just kept freestyling, and then I downloaded Fruity Loops and started making beats, and then they would kind of rap on my beats, I'd rap on my beats, and they just kept going. And I don't know, it was kind of like a thing. I just wanted to only rap on my own beats, and then I was like, I don't know, I almost don't like the way I rap, so let me just take beats more seriously and just do that only, you know?
True. What was it about that you didn't like about your rapping?
Maybe my voice, but like when I was rapping, it was kind of more of a different time, like where I guess mans have to sound super hard. It was just like grungy time, like true. Super New York influence.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like when I'll be starting beats, I would say be like ending of like Clips time, that kind of vibe. Okay. So Toronto's like,
I don't even know what Toronto music was. I don't think I listened to Toronto music them times.
Exactly. That's what was going on. People are just ignoring it. Like, you know what I mean? So it was different. So if you're rapping, there's this lack of hope that I felt everybody was feeling. You know what I mean? And yeah, you'd have to be, let's say, it was more of like a lyrical time. Then it turned into, we were still doing more of a lyrical time, but things were going on differently in America. Like we were really doing very different things from America. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? In a weird way, I was always kind of producing kind of dirty sounds, like, because I had Fruity Loops, and I feel like Fruity Loops kind of made a sound. It made like the way you hear music now kind of happen because of like, okay, like you see how basically like soccer is like the most like popular sport because it's so cheap to make, so cheap to play. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's someone in friggin'
anybody can play. You just need the ball.
Yeah, and you could put a fake pylon or some shit, right? Mm-hmm. So Fruity Loops kind of became like that. Everyone had the fake Fruity Loop crack. So that went in a viral kind of sensation. So when you start to hear everybody who's busting now, you're like, Metro Boomin, what did he use? Fruity Loops. Oh, it kind of caused that generation of it, right? Okay. So, and it makes you use the 808. It's like, it's one of the first things you kind of see in the base of it and stuff. So like, it made me kind of produce a little bit different. I'll bring my beats to people and they'll be like, kind of like weird of it because they're doing sample beats or some shit at that time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Things start to kind of go into my favor after time. You know what I mean?
I hear that. What were you listening to growing up?
All right, like growing up, I'm not gonna say I was forced to listen to reggae, but like it's just reggae for like. It almost felt like when I found hip hop, it was like a slight escape in a sense. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
That is it was just reggae. It was just
no reggae to like if you're gonna talk about like as I'm growing up, but then after it would be like Eminem. Then it went into like Clips is one of my favorite people ever. You know what I mean?
Clips. Why them?
Well, all right. At that time, I'm getting into beats. You know what I mean? and they were like a good like clash of like kind of like jiggy production with like just like
that hard song.
Yeah, and like drug dealer like bars that were like they weren't even like egotistical. They just made you feel like they were just so real. You're like, wow, that was just fucking too real. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
Yeah, so like even during the Pusha T and Drake thing, like I was like, it's like your home city versus like your favorite artist or your favorite away team or something. You know what I mean? Like, sheesh. I'm not mad at who wins this, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we know Pusha T's not a slouch. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, I was with the boy. Shout out the boy.
Like I said, I was torn. You know, you know what? I live here, so I'm like, in my heart, I was like, you know. Like, let's say if Pusha T were to like totally end Drake, it would hurt. It would actually hurt my like. It would hurt me. Like let's say in like in a more economical sense.
I think it hurt all the Toronto.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So in that thing, I wanted this guy to just destroy this man. But like, you know, even for the old guys, you know.
Hey. What about influences producer wise? Who are you listening to that? Because obviously I would say Pharrell, because if you like the clips, obviously Pharrell, which is my favorite producer. But who else?
Timberland's my favorite. Like, feel like his style is like definitely sprinkled out into all the new guys, no matter how they look at it. You know what I mean? But Pharrell and Thinger, it's like Goku and Vegeta. Pharrell and Timberland, like, you know what I mean? But I'll still have to give Goku to Timberland.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you giving? Because I have this argument a lot too, and I'm giving it. I would give that to Pharrell. What? Why?
There's this whole type of genre style that I hate from bro.
The pop.
No. Sometimes it's these certain sounds. Like, for example, you remember the song "Frontin'"? Mm-hmm. When he uses, but then for example, because he did 2 versions of Frontin'. There's that Frontin' remix that was like with Beach Boy smoking that la la la. Oh, like,
no, that's different. That's Excuse Me Miss.
Yeah, but yeah. Sorry. So Excuse Me Miss. Exactly. Sorry.
No, that's
so you're right.
So Excuse Me Miss. You're right. Excuse Me Wiss was
It starts with this slow like.
Yeah. That's for.
See, but isn't that sound? That whole sound of him. Throw that in the garbage for me. Anytime I hear that friggin' porno synth, I'm friggin' done with that shit. So to me, Timberland doesn't have one of those. You understand? Like, it'll be something, but it'll still be like, oh, I understood what he's doing here. You know what I mean?
Fam, lobster and shrimp is not porno-ish soundish. Like, come on, my G.
Okay, listen, that is pimpish, okay? That lobster and shit is different from like some slow fucking core porn that like Pharrell was doing in that shit. Real shit.
All right.
So like, and listen, it's about lobster and shrimp and being a pimp. So like, the man is definitely hitting the cue with the instruments. You know what I mean? It's Timberland, bro.
Yo, man, shout out Timberland and Pharrell, my G. Yo, what's the pros and cons of being a producer in Toronto?
Well, all right. Shit, there's a lot of pros. You know what I mean? The only cons is if like you like excessive amount of attention. Like then you'll get jealous of the rapper. You know what I mean? You'll feel like, oh, nobody's acknowledging me. Oh, you didn't hear my tag? Like, you know what I mean? You'll feel that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you felt that way?
Yeah, I felt that way.
Okay.
Because I mean, I feel like I'm like a producer that kind of shows his face on social media a little bit more than like the other producers a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, just like more like, if anything, almost selling like an image where a lot of guys are like, you see them, they're just like, oh, look at this sequence pattern on Fruity Loops or something. It's like you don't really so much know them in a sense, you know what I mean? But the cons, no, and another pro, right? Like, once again, shout out Price the Boss, right? Like, he said, like, we've been in certain situations, and he's like, because of situations, he's like, I have a producer pass, right? So, like, let's say, like, I did a track with, like, let's say Top 5 or something, and he took a picture with Top 5. Me and him went to the same neighborhood. They're trying to ban him, but they're like still trying to get beats for me. They always see a use for me. So like I could always slide into places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that type of thing is the negative. Like, for example, how you could be jealous of the attention from a rapper, but then Are you jealous of the potential of death from a rapper? You know what I mean? Because I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm good.
Have you ever had that? Like an artist like try to strong arm you for a beat?
No.
Oh, you're lucky.
Nah, I don't know, because you gotta keep in mind, like, for one, like, unless a man's really coming with like a gun and be like, yo, give me that beat, which is just friggin' that's when Toronto's gone too far, you know what I mean? But like, other than that, like, you gotta keep in mind, like, rappers are not as big as they look on camera. Like, half the time, it's not like yo, a lot of time I encounter rappers that are like this big guy that could just be like, give me a death pose or something, unless he pulls a gun, or you know what I mean, which is gonna be excessive.
Yeah.
It's gonna be its own type of story. Like, yo, you know, a nigga jam me for a beat. Like, yo, what a bird. Like, you know what I mean? Fam, that's an unheard of story. Well, I don't know. That must happen.
You never know.
That must happen in Detroit or some shit, my G.
You never know, my G. I wouldn't put it past any of these Toronto artists.
Nah, real shit. But if they're doing that, they're doing that shit out of some kind of like, they don't like someone like you associate with or something. They're already doing that. Because I've heard that shit happen to directors. Like, we know our history, we know, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's usually like, oh, yeah, you're doing videos with one side, and then suddenly you're doing videos with another side. It may even be that video that did better. And then, you know, they see you again. They're like, oh, you're doing a video with that guy? Yo, give me your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It becomes that.
Yeah. And I mean, our city is really bad for that, you know?
I hear that. I want to talk about the Umbrella 6 mixtape that you did.
Yeah. 6 tape.
6 tape.
Yeah.
Let's get, I want to talk a lot about, well, we'll get into it. How did you get the relationship with these artists? Because you got from like Robin Banks, Top 5, Pax, I believe, Jason Pax is on there. J Bars, Price.
Yeah.
How did you get all these relationships with these guys?
I worked at a studio in like Dufferin and Finch, like it's right beside that strip club. Yeah, right. And it was in such a central area. Like, fam, basically, let's put it this way. I moved from Edmonton. Like, I kind of like, some shit happened here. I moved to Edmonton for a year. I met a man who didn't know how to use the studio. I like used the studio, and he showed him that I could use it. And after he ended up coming back to Toronto, I was like, yo, I know this rich white guy that like has a friggin' like a 6 studio, and he's looking for something. I'm like, all right, let's go, you know? So I go, and then, yeah, man, from there I just start like Instagram. I go on TorontoRappers.com. I go on everywhere just trying to like find everybody that's hot. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to make a friggin' mixtape, and I'm going to find the sickest people. Bitcoins got me seeing big. Like a representative kind of from every hood that like I'm good with, and that like that's good with me, you know what I mean? And these are the people, just because I was in Dufferin and Finch, it's like Jungle wasn't that far, Driftwood wasn't that far, so everybody kind of came to my studio after a while, you know what I mean? Like, and then after a while, once I got like the momentum, it was easy for me to be like, yo, if you want to be on my mixtape, yo, I got Rob Banks, this person, like, yeah, I want to be on that. Then at that point, I got another person, you know what I mean? By then, it's like people were there. Like, and I have another one about to drop. Like, I'm thinking of dropping it in a month or so. Okay. Yeah, it has a good set of names too, you know. So
you didn't have any problems or no backlash? Like people that were on there were saying, "Yo, I don't want to be on there with that guy," or nobody said anything to you like that?
One person, but it wasn't.
Did you give a name?
Yeah, Top 5.
Okay, why didn't you want to be on there with?
No, he was on it,
but
he refused to repost
the mixtape.
Either that or the back, because the back had somebody that you understand. Okay. That was about it. Okay. Other than that, no real backlash, and like I mean, I tried to just keep it because I mean I'm someone that's not even from the West End like that. So when I came to the West End, it's like I'm a total neutral person. I'm just a producer, engineer. I'm like an engineer to people. Okay. Yeah.
All right. What about that 6 at 6? We Love Hip Hop alumni. How did you get him involved, like hosting that?
Okay, so pretty much same studio. It had like a photo studio attached to it. Okay. And then I needed a cover for my for the mixtape itself. So I just went to it there because I mean it's like we're like a family, like we share the building. So if they need some music stuff, if we need some whatever, so we went there, and then it was this guy just fucking taking a picture, or he's in the middle of a photo shoot, and I'm like, and I whispered to the guy, and I'm like, yo, blah blah blah. He actually kind of paused this guy's photo shoot and then took my picture quickly, and after this guy, he actually made some like random joke at me or whatever. Right, and then, but we were following each other actually at that time. Like we were already following each other at that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, he made some joke about, I don't know. He made a light skin joke. It was weird. I don't, or dark skin nigga joke. It was one. He made some random joke. But anyway, right. From there, cause I was already speaking to him about the situation. I showed him, yeah, this is the studio that I told you like. We record the whatever, and he's like, all right, bet or whatever. And then I just went and picked him up the next day, and then he did that. We threw some parties and stuff too. Okay. Yeah, like brought him out and then like did like club events with him twice, I believe.
Proper.
Yeah,
that's proper. The second one now that you're supposed to be dropping, who do you got on there?
Right now, Roni. I got the unreleased tracks from Brizzle, the secret man, but we've been working on some shit, right? Videos coming soon too. Okay. You know, we just have to let the city and this corona shit, you know, calm down a little bit, you know? All right. And
yo, am I still hosting that or what?
What, the mix?
Yeah, I thought, you know, we were supposed to be putting something together, no?
Oh yeah. No, I just have to finish it. I just have to finish it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
Say less.
Brother, don't worry. So, MJ no 2K, basically prices on there. We got like prices on there, like basically splitting songs with Casper, and Brenna Bands is on there too.
Jeez, shout out Brenna. Free We Love Hip Hop, yeah, Free Burner. I know another We Love Hip Hop alumni.
Who else is on there?
Jeez, that's how many people you get.
Oh, Luna.
6 View interview, reporting live from the gram. Guttz asked if I had the choice to see local rappers only fans.
Luna.
Jeez, 6 Views, Uncut alumni. Shout out Luna Soleil, coming hard, fam. All right, that's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough, people. You don't have to give him too much.
Oh, Dre bars. Free Dre bars too.
Fam, I don't like that.
What?
Look at all these dope artists that we just have to say free up to, fam.
I know.
That's not good, man.
Better than RIP, but it still sucks though, yo.
Yeah, man. Life, bro. Life. I wanted to stick on the Price the Boss and the MJ 2K because I see you really working with these two. What about them two? Are you like
free MJ 2K?
He needs to get freed up too?
Yeah.
Damn, free up MJ 2K. Damn, I thought he was out.
It's like one of those rumor things, you know. You know where everyone's saying, people are saying, you know, a lot of mans are out. Real shit, yo.
The free up, jeez. Well, why those two though? Like, what about them did you decide like, yo, I'm gonna kind of like just work with them more than others?
So I'll start with Price. Price, I known Price for numerous years. Honestly, like probably my best friend, right? And like I'll say his networking, like amazing networker, and like a lot of rappers are missing the networking like aspect of shit, like, you know, being able to like make opportunities and like make people actually believe in them, you know what I mean, without like fake hype behind them or just like, you know, bodies and all types of shit, you know what I mean? So me and him, like, I don't know, like we sat for a good couple years, dropped projects that were like just development projects, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, like it's definitely somebody that like, cause like for example, I did that whole mixtape with like a whole bunch of hype names, blase, but I mean, unless you're somebody that like, in the end of the day, if you're like 40 to Drake or something like that, that's where you kind of get the real money and the real loyalty, right? Facts. And if somebody can sit there and watch you develop something into nothing into something or something into something, you know what I mean? Yeah. People actually more rate that, you know, instead of you just dropping, bam. In the end of the day, it takes nothing for you to drop like a a beat on something that's hot and it just does what it's supposed to be because that guy's already hot. Are you special? You know what I mean? Not really, right?
Facts.
So, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, even if you really think of like the whole like Drake thing as like, let's be real, like more of a phenomenon because we never really even seen anything in our music industry, right? Like this, right?
Yeah.
There's a time where the whole city was like, clowning this man and betting against this guy. Yeah. And through trial and error, they found something that works and totally flip shit. You know what I mean? Right. And no matter what, that story will always go down in history. You know what I mean? So in the end of the day, like, if you could find something like that or do something like that, and it takes time and it takes effort and it takes a lot of trial and like, you know?
Yeah.
But that type of stuff is worth it, yo.
Okay.
MJ No 2K. Basically, when it comes to MJ No 2K, like, it's just more of like, I like when I work with artists, like you name all the artists that like I work with. I like to work with people that like have like authenticity to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's authentic to the demographic of the turn up life. You know what I mean? You had Cloud Girl on there. Shout out Cloud Girl.
Yeah, shout out Cloud Girl.
The turn up life is a major, like if anything, let's say like a friggin' epidemic type of thing when it comes to like the new generation. So in the end of the day, like, you kind of have to have your foot in every kind of door. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think of it, like Price and MJ No 2K are very opposite. Yep. Like, but you still need that guy with the tats on his face because that's what's popping. You know what I mean? And like I feel like something like an MJ No 2K is kind of like maybe ahead of his time here for the fact of like, we, like, for example, we still kind of look down on certain things that Americans do, although we'll sing along with it. But like, you know what I mean? We still we differ in certain things. You know what I mean? So it's easy for a man to like basically be like Future be like Molly Percocet, like literally for like 2 albums straight, right? And then you be like, this guy's turned up because right now, I'm like, right now Future is killing it, bro. Like, I'm not hearing a feature that this guy is not bodying, you know what I mean? Yeah. Of lately, you know what I mean? And like, we'll ride on that guy, we'll like ride on his jock or whatever the case is. But if this guy's doing the same thing, saying he's drinking lean and doing whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? And making good living around it. It's not like it's actually like he's drinking lean and he's out there begging like, yo, can I get $5 to buy some lean? Nah, he's drinking that lean like very comfortably. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. So in the end of the day, at that point, it definitely seems like it seems like it's a his prerogative thing, unless you see him fade on the street and you have to help him. You know what I mean? Facts. So it's just hypocritical, I find. Like when people try to be like, oh no, talk all type of shit. Because trust me, as a guy that's trying to push him, like it's like me trying to push Trump, you know. And I mean, it's an uphill battle. You know what I mean?
Do you think the other stuff is holding him back?
Like, what is you gotta be clear with the words, man. What's the other stuff?
The other stuff, man, like the behind the scenes stuff, the reason maybe why he's inside, like the stuff like that. Like, he's not more focused, like he should be more focused on the music, maybe.
All right. I mean, and I definitely want to just put this out there too, right? The beautiful thing about Toronto music is that we don't care about the music. Right? So
it's true though.
Yeah. Basically it's all about the story, right? So if he did not have a story, if he was just this white kid from college that just had a sick flow, you know what I mean? Would people appreciate that more?
Nope.
No. They like I tell this guy all the time. They actually love to hate you, and it's more of a thing that like in a slight intimidation, right? Because for a white guy, he's a pretty drippy white guy, right? Yeah. So in the end of the day, it's kind of like, hey, white people are either gonna really idolize him, like those white rappers that want to come into the game. They're either gonna really idolize him or hate him. And then black people, like black rappers in the game that are like kind of in the same field, if they don't feel like they're on top of him, especially financially, they're gonna be like, they're definitely gonna like more hate on the artistry. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if the same guys out there. Because we have a lot of rappers that are like lack bars, but we like their stories. Like they could be easily named. You know what I mean? So it's like, is it any different because this guy's white?
No, it's not.
And that's it, man.
I hear you. Say 220. Say less, fam. Say less, my G. I gotta talk about one of your old super fans, and I don't know if she is a super fan anymore. Shout out the girl Debby. Debby gang for life for Debby gang. Major super fan. You guys have done videos before. I don't know if she's your ex. That's why I called her super fan.
Jeez.
What's up with her, fam? I haven't seen you guys on the internet in a while. I don't know if it's COVID or what's going on.
Man said that, and I just started sweating, dog.
I wish I had the more.
Oh,
I gotta get my sound effect machine.
All right, hold on. Let me take a breath, okay?
All right, cool.
All right.
I got you.
Jeez.
All right. So basically, what happened, right? Like, I was basically on live with like another girl, to be honest, right? And Debby happened to be at the girl's house,
Oh shit.
right? And then she showed the girl. No, the girl showed Debby my face. Fam, you just making me stutter and shit, yo. All right. I don't know. She basically just showed like Debby my face, and then she's like, "Yo, who's that guy? He's a sweeter man." Went on. Fam, I feel like I heard her use that line on like bare mans, bro. Like I'm not gonna say nothing, yo. But yo, all right. So whatever happened, right? She followed me or whatever the case is. It's not. I never tried to hard any kind of thing like that. Let's just throw that in the mic quickly, right? All right. Pretty much one day, she tells me something like, I don't know. She's in a little bit of a situation, right? Help her out. I pick her up, and I bring her to my friend / manager, managed by Pricey, Price the boss. And I basically just put them together. I'm like, you know, she needs some help. Manager, you're looking for artists / acts. Help her out. Basically, he's there. He basically tells me to like he's like, yo, you guys do a little skit or something. I'm like, all right, whatever. Anything for my friend, man. So I help my friend out, right? Before you know it, I think it's like Scarbuzz or some shit. Yo, those guys fucking reposted it. I have people in my fucking DM like, yo, you fucking Debby. And then I'm like, yo. I'm like, yo. Nah, man, I'm not fucking Debby, dog. Like, and then from there, they tried to make like a second video. Cause I'm like, yo, I got cheese. She put my name in her bio.
Ooh,
for the longest time.
That's when you know it's real.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Listen, man, and I tried to deactivate that shit. I thought it would make it disappear. It just made it gray. And yeah, I kept telling her to fucking take it off. And yeah, okay, no. Yeah.
Keep going. We here all night.
All right, yeah. So yeah, man, I told her to take it off. Yeah, that was pretty much it, man. Like I tried to distance myself with her as much as possible. But I'm like, no offense, Debby, man. Like, you know,
Debby, I love you. It's all love, man. Debby, you know it's all love. I need you on the show. We need to kick it because I feel like you're misunderstood, and I do feel like
she's a nice person, believe it.
Yeah, she really is. She really is. Last question on Debby though. There's a rumor that there's a 220 tattoo on Debby. Can you give us any confirmation on this?
Yeah, honestly, supposedly she did get a tattoo. I did not tell her to do that. I actually told her not. I pleaded. Listen, people, I pleaded. Do not get a tattoo of my name. Shit. And I was lucky enough that I actually knew the tattoo artist. And they were doing it for clout. I didn't want to stop their clout. I just asked them, I'm like, yo, if you're gonna have to do this, please do not put on the beat. Because I don't. Because numbers are just numbers. that I did not consent to that tattoo. That's it.
Ah, damn. Shout out Debby, man. 20.
There's a large graveyard of names on her, actually, you know. There's a guy named Mr. 227. I'm like, what are the chances, dog? I'm like, fam, no one saw that $6.
What's that one say?
Well, this fucking one of my exes. I'm getting it fucking removed just now.
You got a tattoo of your ex?
This guy told me to get his name, left me the next day.
And they're like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? He's like, that's my ex. But, you know, as soon as I put the tattoo on, he left me.
Oh.
That's a whole different guy, yo. I'm like, yo.
Who knows? And probably everybody thought it was you that time.
Yeah, I got a little friend for that at some point, you know.
Oh, man. Jeez.
Shout out Mr. 227.
Yeah, shout out 227 too, fam. You out there. 227 on the beat.
He meant something to her at some point.
Are you gonna take this acting thing to a new level as well?
Oh yeah.
Because we seen you get a 1-2 cameo now on season 2 of Life of the Dot.
Honestly, I'm just riding it out, man. Like they give me like, you know, like roles where I can, like, you know, more grow rather than like, I don't want to jump in and be a main character. That would be bare pressure, you know.
Mm-hmm. But you've been in every episode so far, season 2, no?
Yeah.
So you kind of got a big role, fam. If you look at it now, like
trying to take
you got shot in the first episode, you rebounded, you ran off as your homie got beat up by the feds,
Fam, I was hurt up, fam. There's nothing I could do, dog. I was just a bystander, dog.
You could have called the cops.
What?
Call the cops on the cops, fam.
Yeah, I'm standing there. Yeah. I think I'd rather just look like I set my boy up at that point, you know.
Can you give us any more spoilers for season 2?
Yeah, right.
No, nothing.
You know how hard body that cast is, fam?
I don't know.
You want me to actually get hurt up in real life?
Allegedly.
Speed my car like, leaking out the thing, yeah.
So we can definitely, we're gonna see you in more of Life of the Dot this season, or is your character? We will see more of you.
Well, I can only say I'm definitely in the next episode. That's the only leak I could even give. That's it.
That Guttzy with the spoilers.
Oh yes.
Spoilers. Last question before we get uncut. Is there a reason you won't work with an artist? Like if any artist comes at you and he says, "Yeah, I want to get at you," is there a reason why you won't work with them?
So, are we saying like no lack of money or lack of money? Like they're willing to pay, but like something about their values bothers me, or is it like they have no money? Because I mean, that could be the reason.
That could be a reason too. No money is a reason. One.
Major reason.
What about if they had money or like?
Okay, so then I guess it would be a little bit more complicated if they
Sorry,
had money.
hold on. Friday, you got glue over there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
Look at that.
Oh, this is glue for the blunt, so it's not sticking. So
What the hell? I need that, yo. I need to put that in my life, yo. Okay, good job, man. I didn't know that shit existed.
We love hiphop.ca.
There you go. See?
Okay.
Get us out here. Come on. But yeah, story up now. So you, like, let's just say mans have money, whatever. They're coming to you, maybe, okay, 6ix9ine situation. 6ix9ine comes to you and he asks you for a beat. You giving him a beat?
Yeah, I'm giving him a beat. What I look like?
You getting the tag in it and everything?
Trying to be poor with these niggas forever, dog? That'll be the dumbest shit.
So why wouldn't you work with an artist though? What would make you not want to work with an artist if they have money?
Okay, so at this point, that type of situation more locally to me actually would have a different effect. I won't lie. If that makes sense. Like, for example, if a 6ix9ine of our city came, I'd probably allow them still. But like, just because the money that I know is behind this guy, it's enough for me to like just be embarrassed and just cut, you know?
So you think if there was somebody in Canada they couldn't get? What if somebody?
No, not to say they couldn't, but like, let's say someone's coming to me and they're on more of like a local level, but they're just like a local snitch or something. You know what I mean? I got you. Definitely need to get out of here with that. But yo, if these guys have what, like $50,000 for me to drop a beat for 6ix9ine, yeah, I can make plays off of that. People should understand that. You know what I mean? If not, they can fuck off, you know? Straight up. And like in the end of the day, yo, I feel like people like fail to understand that it's not the decisions you make, it's the reactions you make after you make the decisions, how people treat you. You know what I mean?
Hold on. You gotta say that one again. Say that one again.
All right. It's not the decisions you make, it's the reactions that you have. It's basically gonna like determine the way people are gonna treat you. Like for example, you see how basically 6ix9ine is snitching, but he's just wearing the snitch coat. He's just bathing it. You know what I mean? Like at that point, what more can you do? All these guys, TIs and these people like rah. But it's just at that point, you can't already like say someone's a rat more than them saying themselves is a rat.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you make a decision and you seem fucking super confident about it, trust me, people try to get you out your zone for a sec, but they'll give up. They have no choice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What about... I got this question actually, and the person didn't want to say the name.
Oh, jeez. Whoa.
Would it be a gay artist? Would you produce for a gay artist?
I feel like I'd more allow that on like a singing role. If I'm doing like an R&B beat or something, like I feel like they more allow that. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like even Lil Nas X had to like hide that shit until he just like dropped his hit, you know, and then he just dropped on everybody when he felt certified rich, you know.
So let's just say again. Okay, so
like I said, basically in certain genres, like basically if I'm there like pushing some kind of like hard rap artist or something like that, or working with a rap artist or something like that, I would probably curb that. But at the same time, I guess like in a sense, it depends how it is. If they're just buying a beat or something, I don't really care. In a sense, like that kind of isn't my prerogative. If it's just like a simple exchange of money, I don't really care. But I mean, if it's something like, see, I have to get behind like Price the Boss and then people associate us, so that would be a little bit different if I have to get behind the person. But yeah, simple hand-to-hand sale, no problem. I don't care what the fuck you do.
Pause on that also, by the way.
Yo, don't kill me.